Good day, I'm Tamara McHale and this is your JIS news for Monday, January 26. Agriculture Minister Derek Kelly says good days are ahead for Jamaican bananas as the country resumes container shipments to the United Kingdom. 4,068 kilograms of bananas was shipped to Ashanti Imports last Friday. It represents the first major export to the UK by container since 2008. Prior to this, bananas were being exported by air freight on a weekly basis. Minister Kelly has commended exporters for seeking out markets for Jamaican bananas and says his ministry will continue supporting the resuscitation of the industry under the EU-funded Jamaica Banana Accompanying Measures program. St. Mary is currently the highest producing parish for bananas. But Minister Kelly says plans are underway to increase production in Western Jamaica, particularly St. James, which was once a traditional area for banana production. Extension officers from the Rural Agricultural Development Authority are to be trained in greenhouse production and land husbandry to strengthen the agriculture sector's resilience against natural disasters. 26 extension officers will be trained in February.
Each parish will have at least 3 officers who can attend to greenhouse culture and practices, and then we want to follow with land husbandry.
The training is being guided by a land husbandry training manual and an extension kit which were handed over to RADA by the Food and Agriculture Organization recently.
We think that by using these tools, the farmers and the country in general will be better able to withstand these natural disasters.
The initiative is part of the FAO's support and capacity building of Extension Officers and Farmers project, designed to reduce disaster impacts on small farmers. Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller is encouraging investors to buy into the country's growth and development agenda. Pointing to recent growth projections by the Planning Institute of Jamaica, the Prime Minister says there are several areas investors can target for good returns in the new fiscal year.
For the 2015-2016 fiscal year, real GDP growth of 1.9% is being projected relative to the previous fiscal year. The expectation is that growth will come mainly from the following areas: mining and quarrying, agriculture, forestry and fishing, and construction.
Mrs. Simpson Miller was speaking at last week's 10th Jamaica Stock Exchange Investments and Capital Markets Conference. She pointed out that the service sector was also projected to grow by 4.5%, while 2% growth was projected for transport, storage, and communication services. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller has called for the redevelopment and preservation of a monument erected in honor of 500 unidentified persons who were killed in the 1907 earthquake. The monument, which the Prime Minister describes as a long-forgotten national treasure, is located at Little 8th Street in Greenwich Town, St. Andrew. Mrs. Simpson Miller has asked the Jamaica Social Investment Fund and the Ministry of Tourism and Entertainment to see how they can work to develop the site.
There are a number of Jamaicans that lost their relatives in that earthquake and do not even know where the monument is. We want for it to be known, and so we want to create a little park right there so that people can visit the monument when they wish.
The Prime Minister was speaking at last Wednesday's launch of the first leg of the Integrated Community Development Project. JIS is implementing the $42 million project with a loan from the World Bank. 80,000 residents from 18 communities across 7 parishes will benefit from various projects, including social intervention, youth livelihood initiatives, and upgrading of public infrastructure. The first leg is being implemented in the Majesty Gardens, Greenwich Town, and Newport West communities. And finally, the Caribbean Examination Council CXC is to adopt the new school-based assessment SBA model developed by the Ministry of Education to prevent breaches in the administering of tests. The SBA is part of the requirement to sit CSEC and CAPE exams managed by the CXC body. Chief Education Officer Dr. Grace McLean says the Council endorsed the new SBA guideline system after it was presented to the external body last December. The new SBA guideline was developed following a survey which found a high percentage of exam breaches, such as projects being submitted without being reviewed by the schools and teachers or parents completing the SBAs for students.
We had some issues last year with SBAs, with a few schools. And arising from that, the Ministry of Education, in collaboration with the Overseas Examinations Commission and the National Education Inspectorate, came together to develop a system to quality assure school-based assessment in preparation for the students to sit.
Dr. McLean was a recent guest on JIS TV's Issues and Answers program. She said the new system focused on 6 main areas, including teacher preparation, student preparation, accountability, and monitoring. Auditors have also been contracted to visit schools to check procedures in the administration of SBAs. And that's it for JIS News today. I'm Tamara McHale. Thank you for watching.